Hello there, everybody. How are you all doing today? Hopefully, you're all doing great. So, we're going to begin some more FF 16. I was going to say 14, but no, some more FF 16 today. Should be really fun. Really looking forward to it. So, let's just hop straight on in then, shall we? All right, cool. All right, cool. Now we're all good. Yeah, so back to FF 16. We get to playing. I did actually watch Megan play a little bit of this last night. It was really fun. I didn't watch anything. She got to where I was, and then she was like, "Okay, I'll stop for now, so you can get more of a buffer." Which, as we talked about, is kind of the plan. But she did show me that the one power that you get, I'll just show it. I'll show it in a moment. Just give me one sec while I just do a little. Okay, never mind. I guess I don't gotta do anything. Okay, never mind then. I was gonna adjust my webcam, but apparently it's actually good as is. So I will change one thing in here. I'm gonna put speaker names on just because I came to the realization that's probably better for me and other people watching. That's really the only thing I think I'm gonna change though. Man, it has a lot of autosaves, doesn't it? So this would be the one that I was on, but we'll just hit continue. Yeah. So the only other thing that I believe I would want to do is I would want to at least consider adding, instead of Rising Phoenix Flames, maybe add a Heat Wave, just because it looks really cool. And I'll be honest, that's really the only reason, is that it just looks really cool. So instead of Rising Flames, we'll do Heat Wave and Scarlet Cyclone. So now we'll tuck to sit in his quarters. I was gonna say in his soldiers, but no, it's in his chambers or quarters, whichever one, right? You want to call it. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Oh yeah, she also did show me that. I don't think I did this here when I got here. I did not. Yeah, so let's have a bit of a read of this. So Sid's Hideaway. A refuge hidden in the blighted lands of Central Storm, from which Sid operates a secretive community of freed bearers. While survival in the Deadlands is widely considered impossible, a combination of near indestructible fallen ruins and considerable ingenuity have led to the establishment of a safe haven where those who rally to their leader's cause are only just about able to eke out an albeit meager existence. And then we have the Deadlands. Barren wastes, bereft of aether, where no life stirs, and magic is all but unusable. Here, both earth and water are stained black, preventing any seed from quickening. And in recent years, the blight has spread over more widely, displacing whole nations before it, driving once peaceable? Interesting. Peaceable fauna to violent desperation, and leaving silent devastation in its wake. I guess you can just do that. The Fallen. An ancient yet highly civilized advanced civilization whose relics can be found across the length and breadth of Valisthea. The material from which these relics are constructed is far sturdier than steel and cannot be worked by modern methods. So the people of the modern day have elected to build inside and around them instead. Tarha? I think it's Tarha. Resident physiker of Sid's Hideaway. Tarja is an expert in all manner of medicines and medical interventions. Skills that are indispensable in their Deadlands home, where they cannot call on healing magics. After Sid brings an unconscious Jill back to the hideaway from his expedition to the Nysa Defile, she is placed in Tarha's? It's not Tarja. His care. Placed in her care at the very, very least. Sidolphus Talamon. Cornered by a battalion of Iron Kingdom Crusaders in the depths of the Nysa Defile, Clive thought his end was nigh until Sid appeared and spirited him and Jill away to his secret hideout in the Deadlands. See, the one that Megan saw had something with Torgal as well, so I don't know, maybe Maybe I missed my small chance with well, I mean, I'm sure I'll be able to read it eventually, but there was one that involved Torgal. She did get to hear. And yeah, she read that.
Still hungry, are you?
I don't know if I don't think it said anything like important. Not like much really would at this point, right? Still being in the early game and all. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a good old chat with our buddy Sid, right? Oh, he has the owl. Well, an owl.
Just working on a pet project of mine. Though she's not above biting the hand that feeds her.
Okay, Sid, so what's your deal?
All right. I was hoping we might try and solve the mystery of poor Clive Rossfield. A bearer of the Sambrequois Imperial Army sent behind enemy lines. With orders to wait until it turned into a brawl, then slit the dominant's throat in the chaos.
I didn't know it was her. How could it be?
And so, to save her neck, you slit your sergeants, then set your sights on the hills.
True. That did happen.
Forgetting how the Empire deals with deserters. Because with that on your chop, my friend, we both know you won't be getting far.
Good. Get to drink up some Sid breath.
Lord Rossfield. I'll not have it said that I'm a poor host.
What do you mean to do with her?
Do with her? Why, nothing. Her life is her own now. If I wanted to use her, do you think I'd be talking to you?
Probably not.
All I want to do is help. Dominants like her, branded like you. Of course, the realm doesn't approve, which is why we live in a cave.
A very nice cave, to be fair.
And it's also why we need help. From branded who know one end of a sword from the other. What say you, Clive? Will you join us?
Sid, was it? I trust that you'll do right by Jill.
Don't imagine why he wouldn't.
Until my brother is avenged. I must walk my own path.
Avenged?
My brother was murdered.
Yeah, so still
dominant of fire.
So still doesn't know he's the one that did it.
Phoenix's evil twin. Oh, bugger me. Another rumor proven true.
I only stand here today because of Joshua. 13 years I've waited for this chance. I've slept in filth, drunk from a gutter, killed more men than I can count. You're right. The Empire will not suffer a deserter. This will be my best opportunity. My last.
Okay, then.
Which is why you should join us.
I would like to.
I told you I'm not
Interested, I know.
Give me side quests. I want side quests.
One of my scouts sent word there's a group of branded fugitives north of here, in the Imperial village of Lostwing.
Okay.
Among them is one he believes to be a dominant of fire.
Is he certain?
Interesting.
What say we go and ask him?
This doesn't mean I'm joining you.
No, you will, though. Because I want to, and I'm the player. And I like Sid. I've always liked the various Sids.
That's mate ready then. You'll find everything you need down in the main hall, as well as a few things you don't. Have fun.
Okay, thanks, Sid. Can I, like, hang around Sid's area? Hey, let's explore around here, actually.
It's downstairs. Try not to get lost.
Okay, so what's the dream look like? Seems pretty basic, but seems pretty good. Like, to be fair. Yeah, pretty basic. So we did our exploration last time. So we don't need to explore too much. I doubt much has changed.
He's in... Oh no. Goat was it? Perhaps you can help.
Hey, goats.
Sid asked me to make ready for our mission. How does one go about that here?
Well, there's old Nan's place. On second thoughts, you maybe want to see Blackthorn first.
A blacksmith? To the forge it is then.
To the forge. Make some new weapons.
Oh wait, no, hold up. You'll be needing this.
Kill.
Blackthorn won't take no notice of you otherwise. Might not anyway.
What do you give me? Oh, rum. Continental rum. Nice. Hey, Torgal. So do I have anything new here? No, not yet. Is there a way to like check out the other bits of lore? Oh, goats. No, I do have some. One of Sid's trusted allies, a gentle giant who has a warm word for everyone. Oh, he's gonna die, isn't he? A person has the power to cast magics without a crystal. Oh. And Valisthea, men and women who awaken as bearers are enslaved. So they awaken as bearers. Okay. They are marked with a brand upon their cheek and used as tools, a cheaper alternative to the scarce and precious shards. This system of slavery has persisted for centuries and has become so ingrained in Valisthean life that few take pity upon the bearer's plight, seeing them as less than human. So now we're with a bunch of them. Is Goats a bearer? He is not.
The forge is down the end. Just follow the sound of Blackthorn's hammer.
Are you Blackthorn?
What if I am? I've no time for idle chatter.
Blackthorn is a really good name for a
I'll
blacksmith.
be accompanying Sid to Lost and I need you to see to my equipment.
You could be accompanying the goddess Krieger to our holy bedchamber for all I care. I'm not lifting a finger for you.
Is that so?
Continental rum, noisome spirit, better suited to stripping oil from a painter's canvas than consumption. Grants overworked conscripts a few rare moments of sweet oblivion on their long, arduous sea journeys north from the continent. All right, give it to him.
Do you want that or not? I can take it back.
Damn you, Goots. All right. No need to be hasty. Let's have a look at you. I doubt that lot could stay a Moogle's fart. Bloody Imperials. They'd rather see their bearers dead than kitted out properly.
It did me well enough.
I'll do what I can, as a favor to Goot's mind.
Okay, crafting, so here we go. The crafting of new gear as well as the upgrading of existing gear can be done at a blacksmith, as long as you have the recipe and the proper materials. Select a highlighted item from the list and hold X to craft or upgrade. Okay. So I can craft an iron belt +1 because of the meteor, right? And the iron. Oh no, because iron fillings. More leather than iron is nonetheless considered an improvement from the crude cording worn by acremen and acolytes. Yeah, sure.
And the belt, Caesar Square. You want anything else, you bring your own materials.
I'll bear that in mind.
Have a meteorite.
Thank you.
Will that do?
A word of advice. Don't let Sid decide what's best for you.
When something has changed in the hideaway, a notice will appear in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. In addition to stock upgrades for Chiron's Toll, a new foraging recipe for the Black Hammer. There are also notices for new quests, new missives, and many other things. A golden thingy icon will also appear in-game as well on the local map to indicate recent updates. Okay.
I suppose I should thank Goots.
Probably should, actually. So let's see here. So what do we have? So he's the only new thing so far.
Make it quick.
Ask about Blackthorn. Want to know more about
I
you.
ain't a cook, am I?
Oh, though if I tasted Kenneth's brown, I might as well be. Look, Sid needed a smith, and I needed a smithy. Call it a marriage of convenience. Doesn't hurt that the forge here's the hottest this side of hell, or that it works without magic. I won't have no bearer suffering for me.
Got anything needs repairing?
Or retooling, you bring it here, along with your own materials and any scraps left over. I keep. Okay.
So, what'll it be?
Oh, I need only a little bit more wire. Oh, and I get a new broadsword. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's pretty good too. That ups me by, I don't know how much. Compare. Oh, not bad actually. It's pretty okay. Can I make anything else? Iron bracer. So I can do this with the frozen tier. Oh, which is really good. But I'd rather have the new broadsword probably. Like an iron belt +2. Broadsword +2. Okay, so I'll wait until I can get the broadsword. I think that's pretty fair. I only need a little bit more wire right.
Fancy a mug of Kenneth's coldest.
The gift worked. You have my thanks.
Yeah, thank you, goats. Goats.
Come on, nearly there.
Curmudgeon. Oh, it's that guy. It's that guy from 13 years ago. I'm pretty sure. And they got rid of her brand. You can see it's all scarred up. Nah, it must be painful.
You, blankets, quick as you like.
Now, he really hasn't changed in 13 years, has he? Like the blonde guy, I mean.
All right, we make him comfortable while the bed's made up. Well, you just gonna stand there? Someone fetch some water.
I'll get the bucket. You go and see if Otto needs out, eh?
Wait, me?
I mean, why not? You are the main character.
What the hell have I got myself into?
Nothing new. I'm gonna check, like, often. Obviously. Hey, Curmudgeon. You Otto.
Who are they?
Huh? They're freed Imperial bearers. Who the hell are you? Shit, at this rate, he won't make it through the night. Think you can find your way up them stairs to the infirmary? We need Talia.
Taria.
Go
Okay.
on. Shift your ass.
Was Ty the one looking after Jill?
Top of the stairs, first door on your right. Quick.
Going, I'm going. Hey, Taria.
Your friend needs her rest. There'll be time for tearful reunions once she's recovered.
I'm not here for Jill. You're wanted downstairs. There are injured bearers in need of attention.
Well, why didn't you say so?
I did, just now.
I did say so.
See, Clive gets me. So with Jill, I wonder if we're gonna recruit, like, other dominants to our side. I assume we'll be able to use her in some way.
He's going to be all right. But I'll need to examine them both in the infirmary. My work's just begun.
Victoria. With numbers, I didn't see numbers. I'm sorry, but thank you very much for the follow, friendo. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Always appreciate.
Another fine day at the hideaway.
Do many of the bearers who come here arrive in this state?
It's no easy thing, casting off your chains. By the time most pluck up the courage, they're already too far gone.
These two here are the lucky ones.
Just
The name's
gonna
Otto.
do something
You
really
need
quick.
anything? You ask me.
Well, Otto, I do need some supplies.
Do you now?
I'm just gonna plug in my controller really fast.
They will be more than happy to help you.
Right.
Oh. And thanks.
It's not plug in.
Be seeing you.
Not likely.
Wait.
I won't be staying.
Is that right? Well, for as long as you are here, consider yourself welcome. You helped us today, and we won't forget it.
No problem, Otto. Here's 1 second. I'm just gonna see if this plugs in. It should. Maybe it's no. Maybe it's a different cord. I could run tutorial. Quests. Here we go. Here we go. We got ourselves some quests. All right, give me 1 sec. Okay, it's this one that plugs in. Gotcha. Let's see. Victoria says, "Good. Welcome. I enjoy your stream. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy. I'm glad you're doing good as well." So let me plug this in. So I find it. It's really hard plugging stuff in if you don't actually, see the slot for it. It's always a struggle, but it's always really satisfying when you get it. Come on. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, so quest. Also, what's that little thingy by your name? Super Ultra Combo 2023. I don't think I've seen that badge. Seems like it has a story behind it. Is that from some kind of fighting game tournament thing? Kind of fighting tournament stream? That seems pretty cool. Keep an eye out for the green icon above the heads of certain NPCs. These indicate they have quests to offer. List of current and complete quests can be viewed in the journal. The to-do list, main scenario, and up to 3 side quests. Okay, so very MMO, what they're going with. Any quest can be prioritized in the journal tab in the main menu. Okay. Oh, so now I got the 1,000 tomes. Oh, that's the compendium thing. And the orchestrion, yeah. Oh, that's cool. The fat chocobo. I'm going there right away.
These people.
I have stuff to look into.
Do you think we should go and help?
So this is the orchestrion. So let's have a little quick listen. Background music played in the hideaway can be changed by accessing the orchestrion. Oh, so you can just change the music that you hear. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is a nice way of doing it. Oh, I'm liking this. I don't have anything besides these two. So I do see some saying acquired from Patreon, Patron's Whisper, and acquired from vendor. Okay, so we're gonna have a treasure coffer. So we're gonna have a few ways to get music, which is cool. I do want to see all the books as well, because you know what? You guys know me. I like doing my reading. I like reading my lore in these games. I love reading lore. Which means for anyone new here, expect a bit of a slower, kind of just more chilled out gameplay experience. We be chilling.
Yours is not a familiar face. Are you new to the hideaway, perchance?
Am indeed.
You could say that.
Well then, allow me to welcome you. I am Harpocrates II Hyperboreus.
That's
quite the name. I'll say that.
Quite a mouthful, I know. Which is why everyone here has taken to calling me simply Tomes, on account of the company I keep.
Makes sense.
And what varied company. I'm a collector, you see. Not of bijou and baubles, but of stories. The history and culture of these isles have ever been a source of endless fascination to me.
You're gonna be my friend, Tomes.
My days of wandering the realm in search of new tales are far behind me. And so I've taken to sharing that which I've gathered with all who might listen. Perhaps you would care to listen.
I'm gonna ask about him.
When I was very young...
Oh, that's right. I gotta read these. And I lived beyond the shores. My father would read to me every night from the only book we had, A History of Valisthea, by Moss the Chronicler. So enchanted was I by this realm of myth and magic that when I was of age, I enlisted as a deckhand on a merchant galley, that I might see with my own eyes.
when I arrived...
What I found was a land of war and suffering, darkened by the blight and the evil in men's hearts. Still, I was determined to follow in the footsteps of Moss and record what I could. And so I did, in all manner of places and all manner of roles, until my aging legs could carry me no more.
Fortunately...
Sid found me, by the roadside, so to speak, and offered me a place here, where I might continue my studies, albeit without the wandering. Okay, that's pretty cool.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter
1,000
before.
tomes, a comprehensive compendium of Valisthian lore, covering everything from basic terms to important persons, geography, and history. New information is constantly added as Clive progresses through the story.
I have a few new notes that might interest you.
Clive tells Hippocrates of his adventures, updated the tomes. I have a level.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
That's giving me a level. Oh my god. Yes, I'm being rewarded for looking. Ah, yeah, that's why I like this game. So dominant. Those within whom sleeps the power of an icon. Though they look and think no differently to any other man or woman, they can not only cast elemental magics throughout a crystal, but also transform themselves into beasts of world-shattering strength at any moment. A quality for which they are honored, worshipped, and feared the realm over. Magical beings of godlike strength who dwell within human hosts known as dominants, only emerging when the dominant primes. History records 8 icons in total, each with a unique elemental affinity. It is commonly held that 2 icons of the same element cannot coexist, but as none has ever witnessed all of these rare creatures together, the conjecture is yet to be proved. So how about the bearer? Battle of Nysa. The Battle of Nysa was a short yet bloody clash between the Iron Republic and the Republic of Dhalmekia in the year 873. The Dhalmekians, hoping to force an end to their long-running conflict with the Ironblood, had convened a council at Zerenitra stronghold and entreated their Wolender allies to aid them in their cause. However, talks soon broke down, and the Dhalmekians were left with no choice but to rely once more on the power of the mighty Titan, to whom they already owed a considerable debt. Thus was the stage set for a showdown between Titan and Shiva, the Ironblood's own icon, in which losses on both sides were too many to count. Nope. There you go. Read about that. Excuse me. Apologize. Wow, they got one for everybody. Oh, dude. Oh, they have it. Oh, they also. Oh my god, they have it so you can go back and read the other ones. Oh, that's perfect. I love this game. It's so good. It's so good for someone like me, because I literally spent hours like reading through the Mass Effect codex that they had, like literal hours. Like I even spent like my first like hour or so of Mass Effect 1 or 2 just pouring through all the new stuff in the codex in that game. Clive Rossfield, firstborn son of Archduke Elwyn, ruler of Rosaria. From a young age, Clive dedicated himself to mastering the blade, and his practice paid off when he was appointed First Shield of Rosaria, tasked to guard the Phoenix and blessed with the ability to wield a part of his fire. Firstborn son of Archduke Elwyn, ruler of Rosaria, though all expected him to inherit the Phoenix Flames and awaken as its dominant. Yeah, so I read this one. I'm pretty sure. Though it was his sworn duty to protect his father and younger brother, both lost their lives in a tragedy brought about by his mother, Duchess Annabella. Taken into custody by the Imperial Army, he was branded as a bearer and forced to serve as a slave soldier. A slave soldier for the Holy Empire of San Barik, now in his 13th year of servitude. Though drafted as a frontline infantryman, the magical might granted him by the blessing of the Phoenix quickly saw him promoted to an elite squadron of assassins, where he was assigned the moniker by which he is now known. Their latest mission to descend into the Nysa Defile where bloody battle rages between the Iron Kingdom and the Republic of Dhalmekia, and take the head of Shiva's dominant. And now, an Imperial bearer turned deserter after refusing to slay the dominant of Shiva, choosing instead to turn his blade on his own sergeant. As a force of crusaders closed around him, his freedom seemed as if it would be short-lived, until the timely intervention of Sid, a man who shared Clive's desire to see the dominant freed from their clutches. Together, they escaped to Sid's secret hideaway. What do we have for Joshua? Yeah, so that one I read. Second son of the Archduke of Rosaria, inherited the ducal throne. Upon the night of the imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate, the shock of seeing his father slain before his disbelieving eyes led to him losing control of his icon and setting the castle alight. From the flames rose a second icon of fire, whose murderous rampage laid both the castle and the Phoenix low. The Night of Flames. I wonder if that's what they call it. Born a princess of the Northern Territories, Jill was made a ward of Rosaria after her homeland's incessant raids were quelled by the duchy. She was raised in a Resolith castle alongside Clive and Joshua, who came to love her as a sister. Born a princess of the Northern Territories, ward of Rosaria. When she waved the brothers farewell on the day they departed for Phoenix Gate, little did she know of the misfortune that awaited both them and her. Dominant of Shiva and Clive's childhood friend. In the depths of the Nysa Defile, the two came to blows at the orders of the armies that enslaved them. Jill fighting to defend the priests of the Iron Kingdom, Clive obeying the Empire's orders to take the head of Shiva's dominant. Exhausted from her tilt with Titan, Jill came close to falling to her assassin's blades, but was spared at the last moment when Clive's memories of their time together came flooding back. So this is the one I wouldn't have read. Oh my god, there's so much. There's so much here. I'm gonna need to probably do it in parts. Clive's faithful friend, brought back from one of Archduke Elwin's expeditions to the frozen Northern Territories, where he was found half-starved and shivering in a snowfield. Having presumably been separated from his pack, Elwin gifted the puppy to Clive upon his return, and the two became nigh inseparable. Until the tragic events at Phoenix Gate tore them apart. Oh, that's the only new thing there. That's cool, though. Clive's faithful friend, now fully grown. After the tragic events at Phoenix Gate, Clive believed that Torgal was lost to him forever. However, their paths were to cross again some 13 years later when Torgal's new master, Sid, came to Clive's rescue in the depths of the Nysa Defile. Despite their long years apart, the two knew each other as if not a single day had passed since their separation. I think this is about the same. In the intervening years, Torgal not only grew into a fine hound, but met with Sid, who trained him to work as a hunting dog. After meeting with Clive, can't talk now. After meeting with Clive again, Torgal gladly returns to the service of his former master. Yeah, we're gonna do this in parts, I think. But if we keep it up, we shouldn't miss that much. So it should only be a little bit. So Ambrosia, born in the stables of Rosalith Castle, Ambrosia was chosen by the young Clive to be his personal steed, and raised by him from a chick. She's a proud bird and deeply loyal to her master, quickly turning her beak upon any but he who would attempt to pet her. Yeah. Clive's personal steed. During the attack on Phoenix Gate, she raced to Clive's rescue, saving him from certain death at the cost of an eye, a price she gladly paid. Ooh, my god, I don't know. See, oh my god, I want to read like so much more. Yeah, except yeah. Okay, well, it'll remain new until I look at it anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna need to just come back to these sometime, I think, because I doubt you guys want me to read the entirety of everything straight away. But there's a lot here. Like a lot. Like it's really good, really good. I'm debating what I do want to read. I should probably read about some of these, at least. We'll read a tiny bit more, and then we'll continue for a little bit, and then I'll do some more reading. Oh, but this is so good, though. Second icon of fire. A fire-aspected icon that first emerged in the year of the realm 860, when Imperial forces attacked the Rosarian stronghold of Phoenix Gate. Clad in infernal flame, the fiendish creature flung itself against the Phoenix, overpowering the icon with a strength and ferocity never seen before or since. The Warden of Fire, whose strength resides within Joshua Rossfield, heir to the Rosarian throne. The Phoenix is always born in the ducal line and is worshipped by the populace, not least because its flames of both destruction and regeneration have delivered the duchy from disaster many times over. The Warden of Fire, last seen on the night of the Imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate in the year 860, when the young Joshua Rossfield lost control of his powers. The Phoenix first awakened among the Motes of Fire, an ancient tribe who dwelled in the western reaches of Storm, and the careful preservation of bloodlines among the Rosarian nobility ensured that its dominant would always be born in the ducal line. So, careful preservation. So I'm kind of wondering how that maybe came to be. Like, how did they manage that? Because they must have managed it somehow, right? The Warden of Ice, whose appearance on the battlefield makes her enemy's blood run cold. The Iron Blood sent Shiva against the Republican forces in the Nysa Defile, where she dueled against Titan, the icon of Earth. The Warden of Ice, of whom Jill Warwick is the current dominant. With her glacial aspect and ability to conjure boreal boulders from the aether, Shiva's appearance on the battlefield makes her enemies' blood run cold. I like this. See, this isn't like everybody's cup of tea. I'm gonna be honest, but I love reading lore in games. I really do. This one I did read. I guess I read the Goblins. Yeah, I did. Gygus. As they are oft witnessed in the presence of goblins, many believe these lumbering brutes to be goblins themselves, albeit ones that have grown to prodigious size. Scholars, however, deny these claims and insist the two tribes are independent and their relationship a symbiotic one, with the Gygus providing protection to the slightlier goblins, who in turn... Slider? Yeah, the Slider goblins, who in turn provide the craftless giants with sundry arms and ventures, such as the charnel... Carcanets, created from the bones of their victims. The spread of the blight has seen both tribes impinge on human territory with increased frequency, and recent spottings have put them as close to civilization as Three Reeds and Rosaria. Debating. I'll read the Morble. I think I'll finish reading the bestiary, and then we'll continue playing the game. And then we'll read more periodically as we play, I think. The foul cocktail of bile and partially digested prey that accumulates within these giant carnivorous plants' bellies makes their breath so spectacularly rancid that it can be used as a weapon to repel would-be attackers. Morbles favor more humid climates, such as those found on the volcanic isles of the Iron Kingdom. However, the spread of the blight has driven the mobile flora to cooler areas, such as the swamps of Rosaria. Favored steeds of the people of Alstia, while they are mainly bred for riding, some are used to pull wagons and some are even eaten. But the boldest and bravest are put forward for use by the military. They are intelligent and fiercely loyal creatures and tend to tolerate only their master's attention. Wild chocobos are no less vigilant and will readily attack anyone who they perceive to be a threat. Anyone who isn't carrying a fistful of grishel greens, that is. I'm curious about the owl. Owls capable of transmitting the thoughts of others. Really? Specifically those with whom they're attuned. In response to an ancient incantation, their lithified third eyes store these thoughts in the form of aether, allowing them to be passed on as and when required, though only to the intended recipient. Stoluses are mainly kept by royals, nobles, and other figures of authority for the purpose of sending secrets or urgent messages, and are seldom available to common folk. The incantation, O Mia Lastelan tu Isag Alith, can be loosely translated as, My will is now thy burden. Ere cleft our bonds shall be. See, isn't this cool? Isn't this such good, like, world building? I love when a game does world building. Right? And, like, look at all this, too. Like, the crystal rations, and the crystal, and municipal shards, and aether, and the first shield, and priming, and just all of this, right? Like, this is all just so cool. There is our national anthem. Like, isn't it so cool? And Metia, which I guess is the moon? The Journal of Moss? Like, see, isn't this cool? Who wouldn't think this was cool, right? This is so cool, and you can search up stuff. Like, it's really neat. Like legitimately, if I were playing this by myself, I probably would read all of these in one go. But I'm not, so I'll have to read more later. We'll do it periodically. Like, I think that's what I think that makes sense. Is we do it periodically.
Next time you're in, first round's on the ass.
Ah, a new face.
Hey, Kenneth.
And, dare I hope, a willing pair of hands. The fat chocobo
Always
is
willing.
a demanding mistress, and we are too few to keep her on her feet. Might I persuade you to deliver a meal or two to souls in need of sustenance? For your trouble, I can offer you the contents of my strongbox and my enduring gratitude.
I do like strong boxes. I don't see why not.
I don't see why not.
Marvelous. And who exactly do I have the honor of addressing?
Clive.
Delighted to make your acquaintance, Clive. I'm Kenneth, and mine are the weary shoulders upon which the weight of this fine establishment rests. Now, I have 3 hungry customers awaiting their victuals. Take these if you would, and be careful, they're hot.
I would eat that. That looks pretty good, actually. I prioritize it, sure.
Hot meal. How long has it been?
The Ironblood were quick to sound the retreat once
Howdy,
the
friend.
Fraggin turned up.
Far lot of good.
Here.
Oh, my thanks.
Lame. Oh, he's lame because he's like
hope
injured,
you
I guess.
do not think me lazy for waiting to be served like a lord. Only my former master did not use me kindly, you see. He left me half lame, truth be told. But Sid took me in nonetheless. Well, the hideaway is the home I never knew, and a mighty fine one at that.
Okay, so through this, you're gonna learn a bit more about like the hideaway and what Sid's done. I like that.
I've been cast out and left for dead when Sid found me. There's not a day goes by I don't count my blessings.
Your food.
What's your story?
I was hoping it might be.
Hey, Daisy World, thank you for the follow, friendo. How you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well.
You're new, aren't you? Kenneth's running you ragged already, I expect. The old rascal.
Well, he did say he'd give me something for my trouble.
And if I said your name incorrectly at all, please feel free to let me know so I can correct it.
Well met, lad. And keep up the good work. It's nice to see the hideaway finally coming alive. Wasn't so long ago us old hands were ratting about the place like peas in a bucket.
Ah, very nice, very nice. Daisy says, how are you doing? I'm doing good, thank you. How are you doing? Having a pretty chill day so far?
Well.
Hey, Studious Bearer.
So much more to farming than just seeds and soil.
Your food.
Just a moment. I need to finish this.
They're relatable.
Be a burden. I'm of no use to anyone as I am, but maybe if I can master this.
So you're trying to be a farmer, huh?
See that you eat it before it gets cold.
Of course. Thank you.
That's the last one. I'd better let Kenneth know.
All right, cool, cool. Let's go ahead and turn this in, I guess. Oops.
All done, I presume? Splendid.
They were bearers. All 3 of them. Not slaves waiting upon their master's pleasure, but men waiting to be fed like equals.
Indeed. Equality is the very cornerstone upon which our little community is founded. Beyond these walls, we are scorned as slaves. Speaking only when spoken to, eating only what scraps our masters deign to give us. The first hot meal here is the first many will have known. In the hideaway, we are free. Truly free to speak as we please, when we please, and to eat what and when we desire. More than
Okay.
reason enough to trust in Sid's vision, wouldn't you say? Now,
I'd say
I
so.
promised you something for your trouble, did I not? The contents of my strongbox are yours to do with as you will.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Thank you, Clive. Do come and visit me again, won't you?
When you have another quest, certainly. Let's see. So Daisy says, so is the FF a series that you enjoy a lot? Well, I'm thinking of getting into this game. Any tips you got for me? So FF, so Final Fantasy, I've played some of. I haven't actually played a lot. I want to play more. The Final Fantasy games I've played to completion would be Final Fantasy X, 10-2, 7. Well, and the remake of 7, of course. And if you want to count 14, because I mean, I haven't technically played that one to completion now because of the patches. I'm a bit behind, but I played 14. And I've played some of 8, but I never actually finished 8. So I'd say I enjoy Final Fantasy. I do want to play the rest of the series. I actually plan on having a relatively long series of Final Fantasy playthroughs on the YouTube channel soon, sometime soon, whenever I have the time to actually sit down and play through the older titles. So it's a plan. It's a plan. I do want to play the rest of them. Well, I'm thinking of getting into this game. Any tips you got for me? Honestly, nothing yet. Because I'm still like pretty much at the start. So I don't really have really any tips other than just enjoy the game if you decide to play it. Because it's really fun. Like, I've really been enjoying it. Just kind of be prepared for a really long opening sequence. It's really long, but I enjoy it personally. But I'm also very patient. So I'm okay with sitting through like a good couple hours worth of what's essentially straight cutscene. If I think it's good, right? Which so far it has been. Well, to be honest, by the looks of it, the game looks pretty fun. So far it's been really good. I've been enjoying it a lot. I really like the combat too. Countless treasure coffers lie across the realm just waiting to be plundered. If you find one, don't hesitate to kick it open with X and rip the bounty. Go on. No one's looking. And I like the humor in this game too. Funk. Badge of metal. All right. So I assume that's a new pendant. Increase defense by 10. Yeah, I'll take that. The strength of a city is defined by the guard that mans its walls. The strength of a city guard is defined by the pride in their hearts and the laurels on their breast. This badge provides its wearer with one of the two. And the other only tip, if you want to call it a tip, I could really give is that if you do find you're struggling, or you just want, sorry, scam call, or if you want just like a bit of an easier time, they do give you these other little accessories, which just make certain things easier. Which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool if you want to just kind of have a nice, fun, chill time, right? Which I appreciate that. Let's see. Daisy says, oh shoot, I forgot to introduce myself. May I? Yeah, you can. If that's what you want to do, yeah. So where? Okay, so we got another quest over that way. Do we have any more quests about? Is it just that one? Let me see. Yes. Just that one. The game has a lot of lore too, so if you like reading, which I do, then you'll probably really like this game especially. Myself, Kara, friends call me Daisy, from the US, and a digital creator by profession with no gaming skills. Oh, I'm sure you got some gaming skills. I'm sure you're perfectly fine. To be fair, I would argue I too don't have gaming skills. Some people disagree with me, but you know.
This whole place is falling apart.
But yeah, very nice to meet you. In the same vein, yeah, you can call me like really one of three things if you want. Fraggin, I guess Frag as well if you want. Matthew or Matt. I'm good with any of those. Whether it be my real name or, well, my I guess online quote alias, right?
Damn it. We'll be needing more wood. But if I step away to fetch any, this lot will be down around our ears.
Ah, you there. Perfect timing. I couldn't persuade you to fetch me some timber, could I?
Do you like chopping wood? I'd be happy to. What do I get out of this? Doesn't say I get any gold. Yeah, what do I get out of this? I'd be happy to, though.
I'd be happy to. Oh, thank you. You'll be helping me and the hideaway both. Takes a lot of work to keep this place standing. More than we can manage, if I'm honest.
Fair.
It certainly looks like you've got your hands full.
Ah, you can say that again. The Fallen knew their craft, make no mistake, but not even their handiwork lasts forever. That's why the walls need shoring up. Can't have the vegetable patch crushed before our first harvest now, can we?
It's true. It's true. Gotta have the veg.
No, I suppose not. All right, where can I find this wood?
In a forest,
over
idiot.
At the white ads. They'll point you in the right direction. Thanks again. I really appreciate the help.
I mean, it's all probably gonna be in here. Yeah, prioritize it. Why not? Boop, 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 boop. Nice to meet you. Also, the showcase of my work to you, by the way. If you're looking for commissions, not at the moment. I even have it in my chat rules to not ask for any. So, sorry. I just have a lot of people asking. And honestly, it's kind of gotten a little bit much if people are asking for commissions like every single time. If you want to show your work, then that's perfectly fine. Just maybe sometime a bit later.
Excuse me. The man working over by the garden.
Well, it's a chat UI commissions, I mean.
Ah, that'll be Jeffrey.
Or stream commissions, I should
Luck would
say.
have it, we've just finished cutting the timber he's after. You take as much as you need from the stack.
I apologize if that sounds rude, by the way, but it's true. You just get bombarded by so many all over the place. That as a streamer, it just becomes like really much, if I'm being honest with you.
Here we are.
There you go. Got some timber now.
I better get this to Jeffrey, was it?
I heard they escaped their masters in the Imperial capital.
Give me just one sec. Yeah, I'll send you my Discord later if that's all right.
Oh, you're back. Hope fetching that wood wasn't too much trouble.
Or you can link me to like your Twitter or something. Like I'll gladly take a look when I can, for sure. Here, have your wood planks, my friendo.
Will this be enough?
This will do nicely, thank you. With a bit of luck, the walls won't be falling in on us just yet.
That sounds ominous.
Oh, it's not as bad as all that. And it's a damn sight better than the alternative. We're safe, we're warm, and we're hidden.
Yeah, I would live here. Like not permanently, but I would live here for like a day or something. Seems comfy enough.
That's not a matter of need, my friend. You're one of us now.
Goodies. What do I get? A gill bug. Contrary to popular belief, the small insect does not get its name from its appearance, but rather from the fact that it is highly sought after by physicers for use in brewing medicines. In summer, when the beetles are most numerous, children across the realm will spend nigh every waking hour collecting specimens in readiness to exchange them for a handful of coppers. As children have tiny hands, however, this amounts to fewer than one might expect. Okay, cool. So basically, I have materials enough to upgrade some stuff, which is really, really handy. It makes sense that that's what they would have here, right? Just gives you some materials to work with, so you can have good, decent equipment, right?
Well,
use the forge. So I would like the broadsword. But I also wouldn't mind some iron bracers, but I think the broadsword is better by at least a little bit. It probably looks nicer.
no scratches, right?
Yeah, I don't have enough to make that. Okay, well, that's fine.
Fine.
Does the sword look any different? I don't know. I can't tell, actually. You can still just check out my work. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Because, yeah, like I said, I don't ever want to sound rude to people, right? In fact, that's kind of why You know, that's kind of why I hate the fact that there's so many people that like invade your Twitter DMs or like invade streams now where it seems to be. And once again, I don't, you're definitely, even if that was the intention, I will say you are actually like a metric ton better than like anybody else that's come in here to do that. Because you actually engage, it seems, and you actually want to like talk as opposed to the other people that will come in here and just say, hey, I even get like DMs on Twitch just going like even when I haven't streamed for like a week or something, I'll get like, I'll start up for like a couple minutes and someone will send me a DM say, hey, love your content. Do you want my art? And I'm like, man, you know, it's like, man, so tiring after a while, you know, it's so tiring after a while. But I'll check out your work for sure. For sure. Like I say, I love looking at the work.
What's that?
Just,
the newcomer think it proper
you know,
to make demands of a poor old matron before even introducing himself?
It's Clive.
Well, Clive, I hear that dog is yours.
My dog is Torgal, yes.
Since he followed Sid home one night, I've seen to it that his chin's rubbed and his belly fed. Though I suppose that's your job now. Unless you lose him again.
I won't. Not again. Thank you for watching him.
So, were you gonna buy something? What? You didn't think I'd shower your lordship with my hard-won wares while you swagger about with a pocket full of gil? Life doesn't work that way, lad. Now, let's see some coin.
Does she have heterochromia or is her one eye just messed up? Because it could be either. Both consumable items and gear can be purchased at shops around Velisthea. Shop stock changes as the story progresses, so be sure to check in frequently. Yeah, okay. Actually, Daisy, since you did ask me earlier, have you played many of the Final Fantasy games? I would be curious. How much money do I even have? I have 1,000 gil. Okay, so I do have 1,000 gil. How much money? So I could sell my old gear. Do I really want to? Like for 50 gil and 30 gil, like is it really worth? Man, meteorites are worth a lot, dude. Gil bug 200. I mean, I can trade you. So I'll trade you. I'll get rid of the gil bug.
I reckon I can find a buyer.
Now, do I want potions, though? I'll probably find them. Yeah, it's kind of the thing, is I'll probably find them around.
Why, you've barely a gil to your name.
Hey, Torgal. Man, he's
Check on this
huge.
side now. And after all I've done for you. All right. All right, I can make an exception. But just this once, mind. My store's a little cluttered and I need to make room for the next shipment.
Thank you.
Thank me. Thank your dog.
Okay, so what's in this? Oh. Okay. The Arty Stone, probably not how it's pronounced, but is now accessible. This customizable visual battlescape provides Clive a safe location to test out new abilities and train against all manner of enemies. Additional options will become available as Clive progresses through the story. All right. I'm curious. I'm just curious. I don't know if I'll use it much, but I am curious. Fully customizable battlescape. Virtual mugger. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, you can even see it. Oh, you can even see your controller down there. That's cool, actually. Yeah, see how cool Heat Wave is, right? Like, look at that. Isn't that sick?